Hey guys, it's me, Made Up Jen, and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. So today we're gonna go ahead and try this out from the brand Erborian. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but this is their CC Cream High Definition Radiance Face Cream Skin Perfector. This is in the color Dore. So according to the description online, this is supposed to be between medium olive. I am olive neutral. Depending on the foundation, I'm either straight up just neutral or I'm a mix of both. The other day I actually did mix the Anastasia Impeccable foundation with a skin tint, and chef's kiss. One was cool and one was olive. No, neutral, and it was so good. It lasted all day. Now I see what the whole thing behind that foundation is. I actually have had it for 3 months in my box just waiting, and I never used it because I was hoping that they would come out with different shades. I had heard that Anastasia Beverly Hills did mention that they were gonna bring out more shades of that, because I'm like in between, I believe 2 and 3, a 2.5 maybe. There's like this, they like jump in shades, but let's go ahead and try this out. So it comes in this tube right here. This is 1.5 ounces, in case you're wondering how big it is. This is almost as big as my whole face. It is 1.5, and the color Dore already on the packaging. I'm a little scared because it does look slightly orange. It's not supposed to be warm, but I'm still scared. I don't know how much of this I'm supposed to put on my face, so we're just gonna go ahead and go cheek by cheek. And you guys see it, it is white. And as you guys can see, my skin tone, I want you guys to really pay attention, because we're gonna start mixing this in and we're gonna see what happens. It is suggested to blend out with your fingers. By the way, my fingers have changed color, in case you guys haven't noticed. They've slightly changed color, and I don't know if you really can tell a difference on my skin right now, but it didn't really like cover much. And I do have dry patches here, and it kind of accentuated them even more. So that's kind of a concern, to be honest. We're gonna add a little bit more, see what happens. And you guys see it does change color. And I am blending it in towards my under eyes. I'm trying to see if I can get away with wearing this as a no makeup kind of day thing, where this would obviously make it so much easier for me to get ready when I feel like getting ready, you know? Oh, there you go. And it is suggested to blend this out with your fingers. My main concern with this is if it's not blended right, like if you see any weird patchiness or any of that sort, you're going to be able to see it because of the way it's blended into the skin. And my other concern also is that when you're applying these products, it's supposed to pretty much blend to your face, and a lot of us have lighter face complexion than the rest of the body. So because of that, this gets very scary. But what do we think? I don't know if I notice a big difference, to be honest. It didn't cover any of my spots, any of that sort. I do have melasma on my cheeks, and because of that, it's hard to put anything on there that's not full coverage that will cover that. You can kind of see it, but usually when I do apply foundation, I kind of ignore this because when I put blush, it kind of blends into it, so it doesn't look that harsh. We do have some coverage. It's nothing too crazy. It didn't turn orange, but there is a slight warmth. I don't know if you guys can see that. There is a slight warmth from my neck to my face. It's not that bad, but let's go ahead and just do the rest of this. I actually feel a little uncomfortable putting on CC cream just like this because I'm so used to putting primer before that. I don't know if you could apply primer prior to this. I probably should have done one side with primer, huh? I didn't even think about that. But as you guys can see, it is white, and I have to really blend it in there. And you guys see my dark spot so that I can show you guys like what I mean with, I don't know if it's going to cover those parts of my skin, like how it's going to cover that. And how it's gonna leave streaks. So you can kind of see right there, I have a big streak. I probably should have worked it the same way I worked this side, which is a little by little, just add on. I'm just blending the rest of this out. And I am applying a lot of pressure, to be honest with you guys. I'm not like barely touching, like I'm really applying pressure. And again, I am going under the eyes. We're trying to do a light coverage. We're just trying to even out the skin at this point. But it did change slightly. It gave me like little coverage, to be honest with you guys. There is a slight little bit of coverage, but it's a coverage where it's kind of like a skin tint where it evens out the skin, but it's not gonna cover anything. Like it's not gonna cover any dark spots. It's not gonna cover pimples. It will obviously help out with some redness, but that's as far as it's gonna go. But I do feel like my face is slightly a little bit tan and it does stain the fingers like I mentioned earlier. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe this off. And if this worked, this is obviously gonna be like the quickest way for me to get ready. Like if this would be the definition of a 5-minute makeup if it works out. I just don't know how I feel about the tone. Like the tone is kind of like messing with me because I feel like it looks like me, but I also feel like it's slightly a little warm. But we're gonna go ahead and just continue. I don't know if I should even apply concealer. I did apply some under the eyes and I don't want it to be too heavy, but I do feel like I need a little bit of brightness. So I'm actually gonna go in with this Burst Skin Solution Serum Concealer. This is in the color 5N. This is supposed to be a self-setting type of product. I can already tell you guys right now, I've tried this already twice. It's not self-setting, and it does not cover like that. But since we are doing this light coverage right now, I feel like this is the most appropriate thing to try right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and, ooh, snap, that has a lot of powder. I'm like, ooh, that just flew everywhere. I feel orange. I really do. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I do feel orange, but I'm gonna go ahead and apply some of this. And just for reference, this concealer shade is almost my shade. It's like off by 1. So you can kind of see the difference in the shade from the tint to what I'm wearing right now. And I am just gonna go in slightly, just a little bit. This is light coverage, and I am gonna go in with my Anisa Beauty Angled Concealer Brush, and I'm just gonna blend this out. And this concealer says that it's supposed to self-set itself. It does not. At least not from the times that I've actually tried this on. It does not set. I've actually, the last time I used this, I actually used this as a base, and then I used another concealer over it, and that was actually a really good combination. But on its own, I feel like if you're not in your 30s, or if you are in your 30s, maybe mid 30s, late 30s into your 40s and 50s, this might be the type of concealer you might like, just because it does have a much lighter, not heavy type of coverage, but it's not gonna cover any real bags. It doesn't really settle as much on the lines, I will admit that. And this had really good reviews. I went to an Ulta that had it. Not all Ultas carry burst makeup. I believe that's more of a Target, but I refuse to go to Target for the DEI stuff for makeup. So I just go ahead and I bought it at Ulta. And I'm a little concerned because I am getting hot. I'm starting to sweat and I don't have my fan. My fan stayed in my car. And the other fan that I have is dead. So here I am rostizándome. I am literally frying a little bit. Ooh, we got hair. And I'm debating whether I should apply any bronzer or any of that sort. I'm not. I'm just gonna let it be. But I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with some blush. I'm gonna use the About Face Blush Rush in the color In the Dust. Oh, I'm starting to sweat, guys. Like, literally, there is sweat dripping down my back. Ugh, so annoying. But I'm just slightly going over this. And I chose this blush specifically because it is such a pretty color. And it's natural enough where you can use on the days where you want to do, like, no makeup. Because it just looks very natural, very, like, a little bit of flush, not too bad. Ooh, I am legit starting to sweat, guys. And it's all because my hair is down and I don't have a fan. And it's so hot in here. How hot is it in here? It's like 80 degrees and the fan's not even nowhere near me. It's on the corner. So that's also why I'm getting super hot. Oh my gosh. So hot. So hot. Alright, let's move on so we can hurry the hell up. I'm going to go in with the Milani Conceal and Perfect Blur Out powder. If this thing wants to concentrate. I don't know why it's so blurry. Like, it's not even concentrating. You guys see that? Is it just me? Is it just me? Alright. And I'm just actually gonna go in with my BK Beauty A506, the Angie Hot and Flashy collab, and I'm actually gonna use that to set under the eyes. Yes, I'm gonna use it to set the eyes. I know I've used it before to blend out my concealer, but for this case we are going to set the under eye with it. Look at that. This is how it's setting with powder, guys. So you guys have an idea of what is happening right now with this powder. And I'm just going to go with my face powder brush and just set the rest of my face and see what happens. Oh my gosh, my nose is peeling off. It's because I'm sweating. So I've noticed that when I'm hot in the room, my nose peels off when I start sweating and I'm applying powder like I am right now. But other than that, I'm looking patchy. You guys see that patch right there? I'm just looking really white cast. If I'm being honest, the powder usually never does this to me when I apply it on my foundation, so it's kind of weird that it's doing that right now. But we're gonna go ahead and bronze up our face. I'm gonna go in with the RMS Beauty ReDimension Hydra bronzer. So this is a cream to powder bronzer, and it does have a slight amount of like, not shimmer, but like a sheen. And I do apply this on my Dibs brush, and I'm just gonna put some on because I feel like I need some bronzer back in my life. I'm looking really freaking pale. I feel like I look super pale. We see a little bit of life coming back. When I bought this during Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty. This one was kind of hard to know what shade to pick, to be honest. I didn't know what color to pick because they all looked almost the same. Either it was too red or it looked too light. This is the second to last darkest color, by the way, which is the color Tan Lines. And as you guys can see, it looks golden dark, but it's the second to last darkest shade is what I'm trying to say. So if you are anywhere, if you are 2 shades darker than me, you can probably get away with the last shade, but it does have a red undertone if you are into that. But RMS, do better, bro, because this is not, anyone who has a darker complexion is not going to be able to use this. Like, what are they going to bronze? I'm already using the second to last darkest shade and it's barely fitting me. And I'm not that dark or light. I'm in the middle. I feel like I'm in the middle. All right. We got a little bit of bronze back in our life, just a little bit. And then I'm gonna go in with the Pur Matte Blush and the color Pretty in Peach, which is this very, you guys can see it, very, very pretty peachy tone. I don't know if it's not picking up the color because on my viewfinder I can't see the color. It looks like it's white, and I hope que se mira. And I am being pretty generous with the blush. Usually I'm not this generous with this blush because when I apply this, the colors I use under tend to be really bright, and I just need like a touch of this blush to just bring it back to life, you know. But I still feel very matte and cakey, so I'm actually gonna go in with this Dibs Love Beam setting spray. But I'm using this to blend in all that cakiness that I feel like I look like. I feel like I look caked on. So let's hope this does settle that in, we will see it together. And a lot of it has to do with that CC cream I just used. And it's supposed to be radiant, so I was kind of scared that it was going to be too glowy. But now at this point, I'm starting to think it's not glowy. And it has, like, I think 4.6 star review online. And I was just like, it might be good. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. Alright, and then I'm just going to go ahead and apply some mascara. The brows, honestly, I think I'm just going to brush through the brows. But I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Dibs. What is this called? I don't even know what this is called. Double Standard Primer and Mascara Duo. I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes first. Ooh, this is the first time I'm actually looking at my face. Up close, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I look a little cakey. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. My nose looks so dry. Super dry. It really does. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but it looks so matte and dry. I am going in with the brown first. I did wear this mascara to Disneyland, and honestly, it did not last the 90 degrees of heat. I mean, it didn't like smudge, but it did flake. So it's good for days where you're not going to be in the blazing heat. I mean, it doesn't say it's sweat proof or anything like that, so there's that. And now I'm going to go in with the black one. And I'm just going to coat over the brown. And I mentioned this in my Dibs video. I really do like that they chose the primer to be a brown tubing mascara that wasn't super heavy and brought down my lashes, because I know a lot of people for some weird reason like the Tartelette one. I don't. I think it's super wet. It brought down my lashes because it was so wet, and I just could not make it work. I'm trying to just leave it there so it can dry out, and then maybe it'll work. Because I know that happened with when I used to use L'Oreal, my Lash Paradise. When I first used to use it, I used to have to remove excess from the wand because it was so much coming out. And then eventually it started drying out, and it was so perfect for me. I'm not as hot anymore, like my face isn't sweaty, but I kid you guys not, there is literally TMI, sorry, there's literally a I am dripping. Like, I can literally feel one sweat, one little drip of it going down my back. It is, I was burning up so bad in here because I had my hair down. Oh, and by the way, I am using the Essence Lash Without Limits waterproof mascara. I did try the regular one. I actually tried it in brown when it first came out. Did not like it. I'm not a fan of the waterproof one on the top of my lashes because it does flake. But for the bottom of my lashes, we're good. We are good. So I actually found this at Ulta. If you guys can see the price, it's originally $38. And right now Ulta yellow stickers are at 90%. So I found this, and I actually really like these because they're very, like, I don't know how to explain it, but they're like a lip balm with like a slight color, and you can use these on their own or with a liner. I decided to just use it with no liner. Beware though, these do not snap back in, so whatever you snap out, you have to use. And it does have a minty feel. It doesn't burn, and the more you add on, the more the color shows. It feels like the bird's bee in a way. Alright, and I'm kind of debating whether I should do anything to my brows. It is supposed to be a makeup, no makeup. So all I am going to do is I am going to just brush through my brows, because I'm pretty sure there is powder or foundation or something on them. There always is. Alright, and then I'm just gonna go in with the Morphe Nano brow pencil in the color Cold Brew. I'm just gonna fill in a little bit on the corner, little strokes, just to make it look a little bit more full. My lips feel so good. It's like I have Vipapuru. It's like I have Vicks. It's minty. And the one thing about my brows is, you guys see this one? It rounds out. And this one goes straight, like super straight. And it's longer than this one. So this one I have to work a little bit harder because I have to make it longer on this outer edge, which is annoying, to be honest. And then this one I have to try to round out. Which is also super annoying. But I am grateful to even have brows. I know some of you girls don't have as much brow. I have very thick brows. Uneven as they may be, I still have brows. And here we go, guys. This is it. Should I put a little bit of yeah, screw it. I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia brow freeze gel. This one I haven't worn in a long time, to be honest with you guys. I actually really like it. It does hold. This is like the only thing that can really hold my brows up. The problem is, like, once they're set, I cannot touch them, like, at all. I can't fill them in with anything because they flake, and at that point, pues ya que, I ruined my brows. Literally. Do you guys see that? It already has, like, what is that? Is that just wetness? What the hell is that? Damn it. So I did have, you guys saw I brushed through my brows before I even put on the pencil. I still had foundation, and that is the result of why you don't put this after. You put this before you do anything. Ay, Dios mío. See, this is what happens, guys. I'm not perfect. No one is perfect. These are the things that happen when you kind of forget why you're not supposed to do that. So I'm just gonna brush on through to remove some of this. I'm trying to get it stuck on the actual brush so I can just take it off. Look at how much of product I have on the actual thing. It's all over there. Oh my god, I literally just applied all this on my brush. I'm actually going in with a makeup remover, one of these like what are they called, makeup eraser wannabes. And I'm removing all the excess that I'm picking up, and then I go back in and I'm trying to remove whatever is still left there, like actual product, which I'm starting to do now at this point. But this is the look. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but honestly I feel like there is like a slight, you guys can't probably see it on camera, but I can see it on my mirror. There's like a slight little tint of warmth to the CC cream. Like, it's not bad, and it goes perfect with me right now because I am tan from the summer. But as I get lighter during the winter, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to still use this. But this is a very quick and efficient way to do a quick 5-minute look once you learn how to use it. I was a little bit uneasy about applying it with my fingers, just because what if it doesn't blend out right? What if there's a streak? Because obviously when you're putting foundation on, there's like a streak sometimes when you don't blend something out right. And that's why I kind of like brought it into the neck right here to kind of like help myself. But as you guys can see, the tone isn't too bad. I honestly feel like it's good. Is it worth the 40-something dollars? I don't think it's worth that much. It's good. I know that over time it's supposed to help your skin if you use this every day, and it does has SPF 25. But to be honest with you guys, for this I can honestly just get this from e.l.f. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Skin Tint, and it has SPF 50. There's more SPF in there, and this is less expensive than this right here. So yeah, I don't know if this is gonna be it for me with this product. I don't know if I want to keep this product based on how it's wearing right now, but we'll see. It is currently 6 o'clock. I'm gonna wear it out through the rest of the night and see how it goes. If you guys like this video, please let me know down below by liking the video, and if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.